Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle McIntyre.
He
I
is
am
here.
Yep.
We're just a twofer this time.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. There you go.
There you go. Let's see, Kyle, what is new in your world? What's shaking? You're from the last episode, you're kind of a little bit grounded.
Yeah, I'm a homebody.
You're homebody. So
yeah, I just want to keep it all close to home.
So you're watching your stories,
yeah.
right? And you're
I've watched so many documentaries. I've watched like a brand new show hits like Prime. I'm like watching it, watching all day. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that wasn't that good.
Definitely didn't
watch
take
all the way to the finale.
Any of that time to clean the garage, but yeah.
No, shut up. I did. Actually, it looks really good.
Yeah, you
here.
did clean up a little bit.
It's got a lot of work to do still.
Got some of the rugs on the ground.
Yeah, I got a rug on the ground, which you say is ugly, which I totally support that. It's ugly as hell.
Pretty not good looking.
It's like super 80s looking. It's like white, black, and gray. Mm-hmm. With like really ugly shapes.
Yeah, it's
That's fine.
It looks like 4 carpets put together.
No, 6.
But yeah, it's it's doing its thing.
Put I don't know how it's working, but like a dampener on the garage door. Yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
It I can definitely hear it when it's down. Right now we have it kind of cracked, the door itself. But when it's down, I can hear there's no like reflection.
The garage door's open, the window's open, the fan going. So
this is a ship we'd be sinking.
It's hot AF today.
It is. So, don't hold back.
Hotcast, man. Hotcast.
It's pretty warm.
I mean, that's shit, dude. That's all we know is hotcast.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I mean, so what else we got if it wasn't hot?
Well, I've
you're like, damn it.
Shit.
All right.
Keep going on this one. So with watching TV a lot, which is probably not good. I put Fallout 4 on my computer.
Uh-huh.
So that's gonna be another like saga worth of hours. Just playing.
Use that GPU up.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to max it out
the
on
RGB and GPU and
VGA and the CPU. Yeah. You're almost there.
I'm getting there. You're getting the hang of
it. I guess to computer, I mean I'm would like to be making music, but I'm up on my trial.
Yeah,
for a reason.
Your 30 days are done.
I should just get a new email and just re-log in. No, so my verdict on it, I think I'm going to get it.
So your reason for DAW, you had your 30 days and you think you're going to...
Yeah, I think I'm going to buy it. I'm just waiting.
It's a good amount of money though, right? More than you thought.
It's more than I thought. I'm going to wait to go back to work.
Yeah.
And then I'll, probably buy that, so...
It's like
$400 for it.
Yeah, you can't do both because like you have the time, but you don't have the money to put to it. It's like the gift of the Magi. Kind of. Little O. Henry action
it's like,
for you.
It's was it the Midas touch? No,
Yeah.
You want the gold, but
Stupid.
That is really dumb. I guess with gear, I did buy some gear.
So yeah.
So I bought a walrus.
So this one we actually kind of went in on.
Yeah,
I still owe you money for it.
I haven't seen any of that. Not a fucking nickel.
I'm doing Kyle style, where you still owe me for certain things.
Yeah.
It's just that we're in a constant state of owing each other money that I think it just will balance out eventually.
Yeah, I think we could just probably call it off.
Whoever dies, that's whoever is up. Whoever dies first.
Yeah.
Got it. I don't owe him. I don't owe him $80.
I'm gonna die in 3 years.
Woo! We came out on top, bitch.
So it's a Walrus Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
It's a special edition, of course. It's the limited run from Japan. So it's a pink and blue.
Well, it's not from, but it has Japanese writing on it.
It was for a Japanese
Japan.
Retailer.
Yeah.
So it should have gone to Japan and came back.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it from Japan. I bought it from a guy who was like 3 miles away.
Yeah.
But I still had him ship it. Because I'm like, bro, I'm broken. I ain't going out there.
I can't be bothered.
You do like Uber Eats or anything like that, bro?
Can you get Uber Eats on the way?
Could you get that shit?
Get yourself something nice. Not too nice though.
So that's a really great pedal. I mean,
so it's it's a special edition one, and it's
like a hot pink with purple
screen printing on it,
yeah,
and then Japanese writing.
And the knobs are even silver. Usually they're black, but so it's like,
yeah, it's very cool. So it kind of ticks all the right boxes. That's why I'm like, oh, we can split this one. I think we have to. It's like it fits. It's pink.
I don't know. I think I might just keep it.
It's walrus and it has Japanese on it. Like it's like
that's like a Tone Jerks pedal, almost like a signature Tone Jerks pedal.
It'd be a crime if you didn't buy it.
Yeah, I saw it and it came across like my feed. I was like, oh shit,
go!
Because usually they come across like I've been looking at Voyagers recently. And they've been coming across like, oh, the white and gold. I'm like,
or the tattooed one.
Yeah, and I have the white and gold one already. Yeah, and then there's the copper one. I'm like, oh, that might be kind of cool. It's like I'm trying to look for ones I don't have.
Yeah,
and that one came across. I was like,
I've never seen that, and I was like, oh shit, man, that's tight.
The guy said there's probably 10 made.
Even Sean at Clarity Recordings texted me like at midnight. He's like, so where'd you get that pedal from? He's like, I've never seen one of those. Kind of jealous actually, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, it would be a shame if we didn't get it.
Yeah,
it's very cool. So, because that's just how my brain works. The Voyager is their take on a tube screamer.
I didn't actually look that up, but I probably should have. I just know I wanted it.
It is a light drive.
It's a light drive.
They're all kind of light drives, except for like the red or fuzzes and stuff. Right?
Yeah,
but
which I don't know if I want to get any of their fuzzes. Actually, maybe the Jupiter.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not a huge fuzz fan.
Like a V2.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not fuzz friendly.
Couple that I like, and that's kind of it for me.
Yeah.
So when I was like, oh, check out this fuzz, I'm like, nice.
Sick.
That's very good job. You see that? Just skip over it. Look, we got a fuzz with this type of thing in it. It's cool.
Yeah. I think fuzz is that classic rock kind of sound that
and I think like a lot of people are like, I think you and I think the same way because we both like rock punk music and stuff like that. And it's like, fuzz isn't a punk thing.
No.
And then people are like, yeah, you guys don't like fuzzes. Fuzzes are the best. And I'm like, well, we play in a punk band. Yeah, that's not. Yep.
But like,
I get it.
You see it in like indie, which is kind of close. Some bands cross over that punk indie.
Yeah, but I think our go-to sound is a, I don't know, very mid-focused sound. And
not a bassy.
Yeah. Which is, I'm like, I don't know. It's cool to have a couple. Anyway, what are we getting off on? The very cool pedal. Very stoked on it. And it doesn't matter if it's a take on anything. It's a very cool pedal, like drive. And it looks great.
Yes.
Even if it sounded like shit, I'd be like, that's a great buy.
So that pedal's great. Let's talk about a pedal that's not so great.
So you got another one.
I got another one. Just on I can't really go do anything, or I got this whole day to not do anything. I kind of forced myself to like, come on, Kyle, let's just go to Guitar Center, which is kind of far away.
Or the guy on Instagram, was it 3 Sons 3 or something like that?
Yeah.
He's like, you need to get yourself a get well soon gift. So that's what it is. That walrus was a get well soon gift. And what else did you get for yourself?
Yeah, so I
get well soon. We want you to get well.
Go on. What's that from?
It's from Seinfeld.
Oh.
I think Michael Newman might get it. That's it.
Oh. I gotta watch Seinfeld. I gotta get on
You're watching all this bullshit, and you're not watching Seinfeld, which is the GOAT, dude. You have it on Hulu. Oh. I'm fucking gonna flip this fucking table,
right.
bro.
Well, I got a couple more weeks probably on this, so
I'm still not gonna do it though.
Yeah,
just to spite me.
I went to Guitar Center, and I like to just look at their like used section. So I spotted it's an overdrive, Expression Overdrive from Ernie Ball.
Uh-huh.
So it's the gold like volume pedal. It's like a smaller version.
The one in the treadle.
Yeah. So it's a overdrive built into a treadle, which it's kind of strange, first of all, but I had to have it. I was like, it's it's the only pedal in this case that's past the day I can buy it.
The only one that I can get.
So I think it was like a day past.
And it's for my health.
So I
doctor's orders.
Yeah, it was like $60. So
that's not bad because when you got it, I was like, that is fucking dumb.
Well, $120 dumb. I think they were new $150 or something.
Yeah, I thought it was like $120. I'm like, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
but I'm like, when you said it was $60, I'm like, oh, that's fine. That's pretty cheap. That's like Boss used territory.
Yeah,
and these things were, everybody's like, whoa, check it out. Oh, cool. Pete Thorne did a demo. He made it sound good. No shit. And then
what my problem
You heard
is,
nothing else about it after that.
Okay, so the actual treadle adjusts the blend. So it's like a blend knob from clean to dirt.
Full,
So it's, which is kind of weird. You would think that you would put the gain on the treadle, but maybe I guess they, as like a user friendly thing.
I don't know. I don't know why. That's, to me, I'm like, that sounds dumb.
Yeah,
but I've never adjusted I don't know. I've never wanted to adjust gain like that.
Yeah, which I guess
I always like adjust my gain tone.
I'm guessing they tried it before they finished they put different values on there, or different functions on there.
But yeah, I guess I just
I mean, it makes sense to go from, because you can blend into distortion, or overdrive, but it doesn't. Doesn't really, and the overdrive isn't really that great either. I think no matter what you do with the tone, you still have this like bassy background.
Oh, so it's like
you can't get away from this. Like you can hear it, and I wasn't running it super loud, the amp, but I could hear it still. I'm like, you would think that with the tone you would get away from it. It would be bass or treble, or you have a little bit.
This tone pot's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot. But I guess there's a boost on there too. So maybe that's what the treadle is controlling. Is a boost? I don't know. I probably should read up on this, but I only played it today.
I can't look at something and read at the same time.
There was nothing with the actual.
Yeah, but well, so far, I mean, it's not.
I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like the C-3PO of treadles, so it's kind of cool.
So it looks nice. It's a great looking pedal.
Well, I've been looking at the delay, so the expression delay.
Yeah, that one seems cool.
And that one I want to try out, because I'm like, that sounds. Well, it depends on what the treadle is actually, what the function is.
I would assume it would be the time.
Yeah, but time, so you could actually go from self oscillation to like or maybe regen or something, or
I don't know. I guess like when you think about it, I'm like, wonder what, because I don't know. Blending in distortion or not, or overdrive or not, is never something that I would use. But then again, I think it might be more beneficial for like praise and worship and stuff like that, because a lot of people put volume pedals after their drives.
Yeah.
But then again, no, that's not blending the clean. That's just that's blending in the overdrive. Because when I got the Schnobeltone volume pedal, the Ernie Ball one, and also I think I posted a picture of my board, and then somebody says, "You have that first? Why?" And I'm like, it's not conventional. I guess a lot of people who do praise and worship, they have their drives and everything, before their volume. I think so you can have like your same sound, but just blend it in.
Mm-hmm.
And then that the ins and outs of the Schnobeltone, he adds it to where there's a loop that you can have too, to where you can put your overdrives and stuff like that in that loop and have that be a clean blend. It's a cool system that I don't use. I'm using it like as basically, well, you got a volume control on your guitar, right? I'm like, yes, that's what I'm using it for, because I want to control it with my foot, not my hand.
Yeah, and but you also want to tune.
Yeah.
If you turn the volume off on your guitar, you can't tune.
Mm-hmm. So I, prefer to have a volume pedal.
Unless you got one of those headstock tuners.
Yeah. I prefer to have a passive volume or whatever, like closest to the beginning of my chain.
Yeah.
Just so I can, mow the lawn and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys don't hear that.
So
this motherfucker right across the street is like weed whacking the concrete or something. Hopefully I can gate that out. But anyways.
So I guess that's my what's new. What's new with you?
I guess I have one that's kind of also yours. So since you've been here, you've been out of work, but I've been putting you to work. I finally got on your case about swapping the LEDs in my mini Ibanez pedals. And man,
you ain't got shit to do.
Come on, you're not doing anything. Fuck. Just fucking do it. So it was, to me, like an easy enough thing to do. I don't know. We'll get to your side of it, how easy it was. So the Ibanez mini pedals, it's a Tube Screamer and the analog delay are the ones that I have. And they're great. And on my gigging board, I use the analog mini delay just as like pretty much a self oscillation. I have like the blend and the repeats all the way up, and I use the time to just go, at the end of a show or end of a song or something like that, just for like the face melter kind of thing. And that's why I like it, because it's small, because I'm only using it for that. I don't want to have a big, like, put a, carbon copy deluxe, or put, some giant delay pedal on there.
They are really cool pedals.
Which, I mean, yeah. So anyway, I don't really use the Tube Screamer all that much, but at the mini delay, we played a gig outside, and I didn't know it was on. Everything was freaking out, and I tried, going through the chain, and I figured out that pedal was on, because it was like, and I'm like, shit, what the fuck? And because I couldn't see outside with the dim as LEDs, I couldn't see anything. I think they're they just afterthought. You'll know what's on if you could hear it, right? Yes, but sometimes you're like, a visual would be nice. Yeah. Before I, take my amp off standby, I can look. I'm like, yep, everything's ready to go. Flip the amp back on. Nice. Yeah. So let me get to square one and do that. Anyway, so you did it, and what was your thoughts on these minis?
No, so pulling apart the enclosures, they're really like sturdy. They're really heavy. They're built really cool. Also, the way that everything mounts in. It's like they thought it through.
Is it like there's not a lot of room in there? But
no. So they have obviously it's a mini pedal or size, but they have like multi levels.
Oh.
So the delay has like 2 circuit boards. Yeah. At least 2, maybe a third one.
Yeah.
Where the foot switch I think attaches to a circuit board, so there's components on the foot switch, and then the main board has like IC chips, like I think probably 5 or 6 of them, and they're all like double stacked on one board, and then that is soldered with like jumpers to another board. Jesus. So it's floating above, and you have all these components. I didn't have to do anything with that.
Just had to get it out of the way.
I had to get it. Yeah, I had to pull it out because the LED was actually like at the top of the board, like the not the one with all the IC chips on it.
Yeah.
But it was still a bitch. So tight fitting, right? So you have the little mini pots that you have that come out. They're not the larger pots, but they have the LED right between these things. Yeah. So I looked at it for a while, and I tried bending it out of the way, and okay, well, I'll desolder and I'll desolder. But then I'm like, if I desolder, how am I going to solder this back in? I look on the other side, the LED, the leads don't come through. They do come through, but there's a DC jack that's mounted on the other side of it. So that's where it's getting its power. Is it's right off the other side. So kind of MacGyvered it.
Yeah.
And I left enough lead for me to solder to that lead. So if this gives you a problem in the future, let me know, and I'll do a better job.
Yeah.
Basically. So I matched up the leads from the LED to the leads that were pre-existing.
Yeah.
And soldered them together.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So far, I mean, so good. I was jamming with it just the other day, and I'm like, it's cool.
So I did both the green. So the Tube Screamer was really simple. That was the first one I decided to tackle. And that's when I did some trial and error and looks like I'm getting some skinny scissors in there. And I actually snipped them. I'm like, this is it. This is how we're doing it. But let me know the green. So we did green for the Tube Screamer, obviously.
Yeah.
They were red before?
It was orange, like really, really dim orange.
Okay. So I did green for the Tube Screamer, and then like a bright pink for a hot pink
for the which is kind of like a purpley pink.
It's like a magenta.
It's like a fuchsia. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, magenta fuchsia, but the green isn't necessarily bright. So let me know.
So far, so good. I'm not necessarily gigging with that one right now, but
but the other one is bright.
It's brighter than the other one that was in there previous, and I was like very unimaginative because I'm like, Kyle's like, which one do you? Okay, I have some LEDs. Which kind do you want? I want green and pink or purple for the other one. And Kyle's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yep, you couldn't think of anything else, huh?
I could have come up with that with my eyes closed.
Yeah, I was like, like when my with my blues driver, I'm like, can you put a blue LED? They're like, God damn it, really? You couldn't? Nothing else. You want a blue? Okay, fine. Jesus, it's a blue paddle with the blues driver.
It's called blues.
Can you put blue in there?
I want to drive the LED.
Yeah, I can do that. Replace the blue LED, blues driver LED with the red one.
Oh, before I do, are you sure you don't? Why haven't you put it in yet? Are you sure you don't want a different color?
And then,
get back to work.
Can't think of anything else. Yeah, put a green one. The tube skimmer's green. That's gonna be good. And I get it. I'm like, these look good. Thanks. I like them.
A quality work.
Like,
right?
Yep, Brian, you couldn't think of anything. All right, there you go.
Yeah, so it wasn't really that big of a deal putting them in there. It just, if someone were to open them in the future, be like, what the fuck did they do?
Yeah, I mean,
Ibanez really fucking
I really
up.
like, I just like the idea that they're bright and you can actually fucking see that they're on. It's just, I don't know why, like, the dim LEDs. I guess there's sometimes like there's the thing of like some of your pedals are so fucking bright. Like ground control. Seb just wants to blind you.
Yeah. Well,
those.
I think with my glasses, they have enough scratches on them. At night are fine, but with bright lights, it's like I have to put my thumb on it and then well, adjust here. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's the ground control ones are bright as fuck.
Yeah,
but it's cool. I'd rather have it bright than not.
Yeah.
So because you want to see that it's on. So yeah, I'm stoked on that. And then not really gear related. I guess it kind of is. It's my gear. I got some AirPods, the Apple AirPods.
Oh.
I am really digging these. I took the dive on them because I think in a past episode I talked about how I just need to buy new headphones or like earbuds, and I've just been buying the cheap $20 Sonys, and just because I buy them, they break. That's it. Buy another pair. Keep doing that, and I'm like, I must have bought at least 6 or 7 pairs.
Jesus.
And just break them.
Fuck.
And I'm like, you know what? I could have just... And I break them because of the wire. Either the part at my phone or the part of the ears, I break them. Because I'm wearing them at work. I'm wearing them at the gym when I'm around, walking my dog, whatever. I'm wearing my headphones. I'm not one of the people that takes their phone and blasts it for everybody else to hear. Because most people don't want to hear what I'm listening to. Yeah. And being considerate, you know? Anyway, so I kept on hearing, and I remember, I think I posted in the group, and it was, I'll give credit where credit's due. I think Michael Newman and Cole Duke both recommended the AirPods, that they're fine, they work for them, and that they sound good, they sound good, they sound fine. And you know what? I would looked at other wireless options, and they were actually some of the better priced ones, unless you're getting knockoff Amazon Chinese brand stuff, which is like, you're just going to roll the dice on that. I'm like, I'd rather spend $40. These sound like real shit. I was like, okay, if some of the biggest complaint with them was something that I didn't notice was like lack of bass response, and they're not noise canceling, which is like, I don't want that because
doesn't sound like a subwoofer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I want to be able to hear the world around me and be cognizant of what's going on, so that I don't need to be blocked out. Yeah. So to me, I'm like, man, these have good bass. So I'm just not maybe because I was listening to $20 headphones, and so I'm like, to me, I'm never like looking at.
It comes down to the music that you're listening to, also.
Yeah, and I'm also mostly listening to podcasts, so I don't need to be like, hey, how's it going, guys? So, I mean, so far so good. I really enjoy them. And one thing that's really cool about them, one, they were super easy to pair with an iPhone, which is what I have. But so at work, I will have a headset in so I can hear the communication throughout the store. Yeah. And yada yada, and with my team, and then also I have the crew, baby, and then I have the free ear that I listen to with earbuds. Or earbud, and then airbud. It's not like I couldn't shut up. Anyway, so I was like, okay, cool. I've just been listening to like conventional, like wired earbuds. Yeah. With just one in. So it's like if you're listening to a stereo song, which most songs are mixed in stereo, and if there's like maybe you're gonna miss, you're gonna miss parts. And if they're mixed that way, sometimes they're hard panned and whatever, it's just not that big a deal. But the AirPods know when you have one in. So it converts the stereo mix to mono. Yeah.
It knows.
Yeah, because it can feel that only one's in, and then the other one's in the charging case, carrying case. Yeah. And it can hear that only one's in, so it just moves everything to the mono
automatically
on whatever side. Yes. And I was listening to a song.
What year is it, dude? Jesus.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh my, what a time to be alive.
You're like, oh, it's 2019. Why are you asking?
Yeah. So I think it's really cool. To me, I was really like, I never heard that on any of the reviews or whatever online or the tech tips. I listened to Linus Tech Tips or watched that video on it. No, didn't mention it.
Probably they didn't notice. They probably didn't try it out.
And then I was like, oh, this is really cool. That's a great feature. So I was like, okay, cool. There's a song where it starts off with guitars that are kind of like a call and response, and it goes back and forth. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, sometimes when I was listening to it with my old Sony earbuds, I would just, yep. And then
sounds like a Flatliner song.
It comes in. And then I was like, oh, it's no big deal. It's not. I'm just listening at work. It's not like my best experience. I'm missing that one guitar. It's cool, and I'm like, I enjoy it, and it's easy to pair with my computer too if I wanted to do that.
Nice.
Yeah, I like them. So far, so good. They're worth $140, $150 or whatever they were. So that's a that's kind of gear related music. We listen to music, right? I enjoy it.
But we wanted to hear about pedals, Brian.
I want to hear about pedals and throwing $60 at a shitty one.
Yeah, I'll do that all damn day.
All damn day. Let's see. We're playing a gig tonight. Not that by the time you hear this, I think it was it was fucking killer, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. So fucking good. We slayed. A couple people
I did a kickflip on stage.
A couple people have messaged me like, oh, can we live stream it? I'm like, it's going to be maybe I can figure that out.
Only live stream the songs Kyle's going to fuck up on last time.
So we can see maybe Johnny can do it. But either way, maybe we'll do that and you guys can see if we did well or not. But one thing about it is we're trying to get... We're going to do something really dumb. So after we're done recording, we're going to throw a board together for Kyle because we're going to switch it up because we have some songs and parts in between songs that we really want to just add for noise. And Kyle doesn't have anything for that because yada, yada.
Whoa, I don't have it on my board.
Yes. He has plenty of noise stuff because I'm like, there's parts in the songs where I need to throw on a capo and change my presets and my fractal and stuff like that. we
just want to need like dead time. So
yeah, I need like time. So luckily, right now, we don't have to worry about tuning anymore. Yeah. But I still got to grab a capo, and I got to make sure it's on correctly and switch to my correct preset, yada, yada. But that's enough time to where you'd be like, all right, cool. Do a drum solo now. Yeah. But we can do a thing where it's like musically kind of, or just making noise and stuff like that. And I'm like really inspired by, a lot of bands do that, like Ataris and stuff like that. But even... we talked about it on the Patreon, but it's like we went more in depth on it. But I think it's really cool that Johnny's band, Modern Love, does that. Mm-hmm. It makes the show something. So it's not like we just played a song. Cool. Getting ready for the next one. We ready, guys? Okay. It's like actually like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We know that this time is like, I don't know. We're just trying to hone that part in. I think it's cool. So it's like we got a couple things we're going to throw together a board for Kyle so he can make some noise. I think the rubber neck is going to be a cool thing for that. Maybe even the bass wah or super shifter could be something too. So
yeah,
we got a lot of stuff that we're going to throw in there. So, but we're going to do like probably not the best idea a couple hours before the show. Yeah. So you'll hear about maybe that on the next episode. Yeah, we're excited. We got some gigs coming up too. So we have another one in September and November. So we didn't play that much during summer, but we're playing more during fall and winter. Yeah, it's fine. I'd rather have that.
It's too hot.
Too hot.
We have better things to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I just was thinking about that when I was like, oh, we got more gigs coming up. I'm like, oh, we didn't do really any during the summer. I think we played once at the beginning and then we didn't do anything. I'm like, well, it's just how it worked out.
Yeah, we got to hang out at the beach. There's better things we could do.
Yeah, hanging out at the beach. We got to go, go by,
We're both like within 2 miles of the beach.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it before.
It's still there.
It's water. There's sand. We get it. All right. So that's kind of the what's news. Might be a shorter episode this week. I think last week was a doozy.
Yeah, we'll try and make up for it.
The Patreon was a doozy. So I think almost 3 hours of content last week. Maybe even more. Jesus. But that's good stuff. Sometimes you gotta
roll the tape, man. You gotta capture everything.
And I'm like, I think I mentioned this, but it's like literally I look at the Zoom to see how long we're recording.
Yeah.
And kind of direct it and be like, oh, okay, let's hurry up here. I didn't see it because
the way kill any data. Anyone's data plans.
The way it was angled, I just literally couldn't see it. So I was like, oh, let's just keep talking. Oh shit. when I saw the time, but now I can see we're at about 30 minutes now. Let's get into a topic or two. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I was thinking about this one. I think it was in one of the groups, somebody had posted a Bruno Mars owned TU2.
Yeah.
I think it was legit. I don't remember if the price was like ridiculous or not.
Yeah.
It wasn't?
It was way, obviously above. It wasn't like $100. It wasn't like 120. I thought it was like 400 or something. So or just under that.
It's not like.
It was like 390.
It's not like I'm going to,
probably wrong with that, but it was really expensive.
Lose my house over buying this. But it's also like, it's more than it should be.
Yeah.
And it's a 2U2, not a 3 or a Wazacrap or whatever. But it's the thing is like, oh, if he actually did own that, which I think what the verdict was that it was legit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm think, I'm like, do you give a shit?
No.
About artist-owned gear.
Oh.
Is it worth it to pay more? Is it worth more because they own it? Like, do you care? So I don't know. It's kind of a loose topic. I want to talk about artist-owned gear. And it seems to be more and more of a thing as you're being, connected with artists, like, so easy through just online, like,
you have
Instagram
Reverb
or whatever. And they're like, hey, I opened up a Reverb store. And Reverb posts that a lot. Like, oh, we have the Green Day official store. Yeah. The Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 official store.
Well, with like the Green Day one, they announced it at like right before NAMM. So they had like a shitload of press for that.
And then Green Day, they actually had Green Day guitars and drums at their NAMM booth for 2018. So it was like, oh yeah, we're going to do this probably in April or whatever. So it's a lot of like, they're just hyping it up. And then Green Day posted about it, obviously.
And then they'd post it like the week after or something, week after NAMM.
Something, yeah, that's what's going to happen. And then everybody got ready for it and stuff like that. And it's like, there's some cool stuff. It's like stuff that he did play.
Yeah.
Like on stage for like, the 21st Century Breakdown Tour. Because it's like, the graphics from the album are on it. Because he would like sometimes play like his B strats or like while his like stickered up blue one is out of tune. Toss that to the tech, grab, just a cream colored strat with a JB in it. Yeah. Similar setup guitar. I'm like, yep, this is the B one. So while we're playing the old stuff that's half step down, we want the same tone. Kind of.
Yeah.
If the blue one was getting tuned or whatever, tough shit. We'll just give him this guitar.
No, they had some like legit like 60s like Gibsons and
like he's definitely
juniors
definitely a big junior P90 guy. So it's like tons of those.
Yeah.
And then old drum kits because I think Trey Cool is he's an SJC artist now, but he used to play like a lot of like Ludwigs, Leedies, I believe, and like Aots and stuff like that. It used to be like he would jump different records to different size drums, but he's always been like, maybe a 5-piece kit kind of guy.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of different types of kits, and some of them are like trashed and burned. I'm like, why would you buy that?
Yeah.
But it's like maybe memorabilia.
Exactly. There's a point where it becomes memorabilia.
They're at a point where they're like, we have warehouses full of stuff, and it's at their point. It's like, let's just get rid of this shit. And they're
let's bring it down to one warehouse.
Yeah,
maybe.
And I'm like, I'm sure they're like, oh, we don't want this stuff in our house or the warehouse. It's like at a point where it's like, it's not like they're hurting for money. They're probably just like, well, we could make some money and
but they weren't like super overpriced stuff.
Some of their stuff was actually more reasonable than
like market price for at least like those like 60s. I was saying like the SGs he had or the double cutaways or
SG Juniors and stuff like that. It totally made sense with that. I'm like, and it's marked up a little bit because it's his.
Yeah,
but it's not like
this is $20,000.
The Smashing Pumpkins guy where he had a crate that was like $1,200, like a practice little 8-inch speaker bullshit crate practice amp. It's like, we used this on one of these songs. Cool.
We hard panned it and faded it out almost
and tucked
immediately.
It way in the back, and then we actually just muted that track, but we used it on there.
It was in the file.
Yeah.
If we have a remaster, we might bring it back.
We might bring it up a little bit. It's just like that. Some of those prices were ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or like Papa Roach. I think we mentioned this before. It's like he was selling 10 cabs, like Ampeg cabs, which people are giving those away now practically because
like
they're
$300, $400.
Yeah, $300-$400 for these St. Louis made ones.
Yeah.
They're great fucking cabs. They're amazing. They're great. They're like great sounding. If you have one of those, God damn. It's just great. But the thing is, it's huge. 165 pounds. They're huge.
Yeah.
Like most normal people have, most people don't have a truck or a van to move that stuff. So you're like, well, you're screwed, bro.
So let's say you see an artist that you love that posts like, oh, I'm selling stuff. Do you immediately go and look at that page?
Sometimes. The Green Day stuff, I did look, but I was like, maybe I'm just not as big of a fan anymore. Or maybe like, if I was like 20 or something, I'd be way more like, oh shit.
Yeah, what if it was like just like a pedal or something? That's what I was looking for. That would be
kind of cool.
That's what I was looking for, was like a pedal.
Yeah, I think I saw the guitars and drums. I was like, all right, this is kind of too much.
Yeah,
and then I was like, that's a cool idea.
I don't want like pickup only for some of the stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm still not gonna buy it. Why am I worried about like shipping?
Yeah, and then it's like
big ass speakers and stuff.
But yeah, it was like, the Papa Roach stuff. They're a cool band. I like a couple of their songs, but it's like $2,000 or $3,000 per cab plus the shipping.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what? No. You can pay a tenth of that price, and somebody will probably drop it off at your house.
Yeah.
Be like, yes, can you take this poison off of me? Just fucking get rid of it. I'm like, the cat's tearing it up. Just get it out of my fucking house. And then, no, it's just like, I think I saw some of the Mark Hoppus stuff was, more expensive. Tom DeLonge's were really overpriced.
Oh, yeah.
He had, his Gibsons are, probably $3,000, $3 to $3.5 grand probably.
Uh-huh.
That's what they would cost new to get his Gibson, not his Epiphone, 333. And, the fact that it's owned by him and actually like spray painted by him and his dumb friends, like, because he would do the thing where he'd get, his Gibsons from, the custom shop or whatever. And then he would just like, let's blowtorch him. It's kind of cool. And he just fucks them up. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't really affect the sound. And he just kept messing with it. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll just take the spray paint, shove it the nozzle right next to the body and let it drip. And like, that's cool. That's my guitar. And then, but he was selling some of them for like $10,000 or for like double price, which I'm like, I don't know. How much is too much for that kind of stuff? Like, would you pay like just to say like, oh, Tom DeLonge owned it? All right.
I don't know. I wouldn't definitely not pay 10.
Yeah.
Maybe like $1,000 over. Mm-hmm. Like it's street value.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess but the thing is, it's like people who are buying that are collectors and super fans.
Yeah, and that's like,
but he also
very generous on my part. Still.
Yeah,
he's like, ooh, I don't know about that. Still.
He's also selling like cool, like old, his custom, Mesas. Like, they're just custom Tolex, the leather and look that he made. His old Mesa Boogies and some of his JCM 800s and stuff like that he used in studio. Because I'm sure like he's just like, I don't need this stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. And they're gigging with Angels and Airwaves now. They're using AXFX3.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't even need the, twin reverbs and AC30s that he was using because it's all AXFX3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like same thing with Blink. They're both Kempers guys. They're just...
That's why they suck.
Yeah. I think they sound good. And it's like at a point where the bands are so big, it doesn't matter. They could just all use DI because you know how much easier that must be? They're probably front of house or sound guys. Like, thank God.
They lost like 20 people on their crew.
Yeah. The drums and the fucking spinny shit was taking up the whole trailer still. But,
Fire. No, they can fill it with their egos now.
Yeah. No.
Boom. Gotcha.
Rack 'em. Yeah. I saw videos of like the Angels and Airwaves first show at the Belly Up 91X put up.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure it was like before their tour. He needed to be like, hey, let's just get something under our belts just to like, shake off the
cobwebs.
The cobwebs after 7 years. And so he played Belly Up, which is like, not a huge venue in San Diego. And then so I saw videos of it. Like, I think it was like, sold out immediately. A friend of mine and his wife went. And so I was like, went on there, just Instagram stories or whatever, saw videos of it. I was like, now I'm like trying not to like just be biased, but I'm like, could not hear any guitars or bass. There was like no movement of air. It was all just, and also Elon Rubin is a heavy hitting drummer. All I heard was like, and he's killing it on the drums, but I'm like, I heard no guitars. And it might be just, obviously it's a cell phone, so I'm like, I can't judge the whole mix. And I'm like, man, maybe for rock bands, you have to have some stage volume. Cause I'm like, I don't know. It was like, you couldn't hear like any guitars
Well,
going
they're
on.
probably doing in-ears, right?
Yeah, totally. So like it sounds great for them, but everybody on stage, you can't hear any guitars.
Yeah.
And be like, all you hear is drums. And I'm like, I don't know. That's just, I don't know.
Drums are meant to be felt. Okay.
That's just me, like, going off. I'm like, where was your point with that, Brian? I don't know.
Like,
It just,
yeah,
I think it was not.
I'll come up with a response later.
It was not the Fractal's fault. I think it was Belly Up's fault.
Wasn't Tom's or
Fractal.
Or the Fractal.
Okay? It was Belly
They're
Up.
blameless in this shit.
It was probably 91X. It's fucking psyop. They're fucking trying. They're trying to get after the Fractal users, and everybody like 91X has a radio station locally. Anyway, so I don't know. Is what about like something that was like literally signed by someone? Does that matter to you? Like, I think that is the biggest I don't give a fuck. Because I really don't care. That means that you're not going to play it then.
What if it's like your favorite band?
I wouldn't want them to sign stuff that I don't know. I get. Then again, I'm not a collector.
I didn't say your favorite guitar. I said your favorite band.
Oh yeah, no. I have signatures on vinyl records that I got from like Dave Hawes, and I was like really happy about that.
Okay. But you can't play. Okay, you'll rub off a signature, right? And so you're gonna hang this shit on your wall.
Yeah, or like if it was on a pedal, you'd be like, "Cool, I'm not gonna be able to use this like I want to."
You can't use it on stage,
or if like what if something spilled on it, or what if you have to move it. So what if you touch the signature?
Yeah,
and you're like, "Oh, cool, now you seal it." I don't know.
You could.
Can you use a?
You could. Yeah, you could use like a water-based sealer.
Would that mess up a signature?
Could. Depends on what the...
It might.
It's a chance I'm willing to take.
On somebody else's pedal.
Yeah.
But it was like, and sometimes you get those pedals that the builder puts the serial number and like signs on the back on the outside.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, that's
like, why?
Probably not going to last.
Why'd you do that?
I mean, it's fine. Whatever. You do whatever you want. I mean, it's... Some people might be like, well, if you lose a serial number, the resale value diminishes.
Yeah.
But what
For
about
you?
Yeah,
I'm keeping this shit.
Or like I don't know, you could sign the inside of a pedal, but then again, you can't really show it off. Let's say if like you bought like a Tom DeLonge pedal, or I don't know, somebody you like.
I don't like a whole lot of people. So
Jesse Lacey, if he
there you go.
Like one of his hot cake pedals or whatever, something that he uses. Or Old Blood Noise is a big company that he uses. So what if he bought a pedal from him on his reverb shop?
Oh shit!
If he signed it,
we might have to go back to the other topic.
Would you buy that then?
Probably. Hell yeah.
And okay,
if
fine.
the price was right.
Okay, say if it's like the brand new guy or the Deer Hunter guy, Casey.
Yeah.
Would you want to? And he even made his own guitars.
Yeah.
That's cool. Actually, let's scale back a bit. He would make guitars and then just after every tour sell them.
Yeah.
That's cool. Would you?
Damn.
But it wasn't an upcharge. Maybe because he's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll play a show and like, be 1,000 people there or like, a couple hundred people there, but it's not like, he's not like Tom DeLonge, So it's like, he's like, okay, I'm basically charging what it costs for me to build this. And if I sold this to anybody else.
Well, I think they were actually, about the same price as a new guitar.
Yeah. Cause he would like sell them. It's like, what, $2,500 or something like that. And so like, that's about how much like a handmade custom guitar that he builds, how much that would. And he played it on tour. It's like, okay, cool. You can have this after.
I sweat on this.
Yeah.
Probably bled on it too.
Yeah.
Scratched up, dinged it up, but
after I'm done with the tour, you can have it.
Like, fuck.
It's like
buy a brand new one, which he still made.
Yeah.
Or one that he made and played.
Yeah.
Probably the one that he made and played.
Yeah. And for the same price. And that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to be like, he's not Gene Simmonsing it, where it's like, oh yeah, $10,000 for a meet and greet, and I'll play the guitar for one song on stage and do like the blood stuff on it, and then you can have it after the show. That's what they do. They have like, they build them every night because somebody does the meet and greet, get a bass thing.
Oh my God.
I think it's just fucking
scam.
That's what people want. That's what people want. And that's kind of cool, but I'm like, it's dumb for me, but I'm not a huge Kiss fan.
Yeah.
Or like, one song, maybe.
Jesus.
I like the Detroit Rock City movie. That's about it.
I like, was it Strutter?
I probably have heard it.
What?
I probably heard it. What? You don't like that? Okay.
You don't like the same things I like?
What? And that's the worst.
You have a different point of view than me?
You are the devil.
Yeah, let's fight over this.
Yeah. Anyway, move on. Anyway, so okay, so if one of your favorite artists, I guess, how much would you want to pay? What are the things that you would want from those artists?
I would buy his Jesse Lacey's blue box.
Okay.
Probably like $200.
Okay.
Even though I have 2 already.
But if he had it, would you want him to sign it?
Yeah, the inside.
But and then again, that's something that you could easily say like, oh, I'm getting this just to have, not to play.
Yeah.
Because you're like, maybe I'll record with it, but you're like, oh, I'm not going to put this on a board.
That makes you sound like a moron. But yeah, I would buy like whatever he was selling.
Yeah. I guess it'd be cool. I don't know. I guess I'm like less and less about, not that I wouldn't buy dumb shit. I do buy dumb shit.
Yeah.
I spent $100
I'm looking at the shirt that you're wearing. Yeah.
It's my Rough Talia.
I know, that's actually a really cool shirt.
I spent $100 on figures this last week because they were going to go off pre-order. Anyways, and I was like,
Jesus.
And I'm like, after I was done with that, I'm like, I'm legit stupid.
What did I just do?
Once I get them in, I'm like, these are tight. Anyways, so I mean, I totally get like people buying things because they want them,
yeah,
and they want them to have, to have or to hold and to cherish. I totally get it. If it's your money, do it
through sickness and through health, dude.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want with it. But it's just not something I would ever. I wouldn't care if somebody owned it. I own the cab and the head from the guitars from the Distillers. I do not give a fuck.
Yeah,
I paid actually really great money for the whole half stack. Brand new, retubed, serviced 80/30, which is rare, and then 4x12 orange cab that's beat the shit with actual UK V30s in it, Celestians. Yeah. It's perfect. I'm like, I'm gonna use this, and I do. I'm not precious with it, and I don't care that it was owned by the Distillers guy. They're a cool band. Yeah, they're really cool songs, but I'm like, yeah, all right. That didn't I'm still stoked to get it for $1,000.
Yeah.
That was.
Can we hurry this up?
Yeah, that was it. And the guy was like, "This was owned by the He came in. He's on tour right now because he bought something else." I'm like, "All right, can we hurry this along here?"
Yeah, I drove 3 hours through traffic to get here.
Yeah, we did have to go to LA for it, but it was it was a bro trip. It was cool. Yeah, so I wouldn't care really. I wouldn't want to be precious with that kind of stuff. But then again, I'm not really looking at stuff as collectibles.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I went to Sam Ash on that same tour geographically here, we don't have a Guitar Center very close.
Yeah.
And then in the same kind of area, there's a Sam Ash.
Yeah.
Which is probably another 3 miles away from the Guitar Center.
Competing, yeah.
So it's like 10 miles to get to the Guitar Center.
They're on each other's turf.
Yeah.
The turf war over there.
So
turf.
I was like, well, I'm already over here. Let's go take a look at Sam Ash.
Let's see what the competitors have.
Yeah. So it's like, you ever been into like an old dentist's office? Yeah. Or like, it used to be one.
Yeah.
Where like the ceilings they've like ripped out everything. That's what it feels like
in a Sam Ash.
At Sam Ash.
Or at least San Diego Sam
It's like, it looks like, all right, the walls were painted when we moved in here. Just leave them the same white color.
I think
not. Let's not do a whole lot.
A lot of people really praise Sam Ash here in San Diego just because it's not Guitar Center.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's Fringe. It's different.
No, it's
the same. Yeah. It's the same shit.
It's because it's not Guitar Center that they're like, and they're a smaller company, and the actual guy, Sammy Ash, he owns the company, and he's a guy, and I've seen him on Know Your Gear with Phil McKnight, and I'm like, he seems like a down to earth guy.
Yeah,
and that's cool. But I'm like, it's further out there, and I'm like, I went there like expecting a lot more, and there wasn't like jack shit there.
Yeah,
like,
and
this is not
their used pedal section was like really expensive for things. Like, like when you see like $20, $30 over, this is like $50 over like
what it should
use prices.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys heard of reverb, right?
Yeah,
you guys want to move this stuff, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I haven't been there in a couple of years, but I know our drummer Brian prefers it.
Yeah,
I think he kind of likes it because it's
quieter. There was like no one in there.
That's not a good thing.
Okay. Well, you don't have to hear Stairway when you first walk in.
That's not a good thing for them, but it's I guess for
the customer.
For the customer, it's good. But like Brian likes it because I think it's just Guitar Center just full. It's that stereotypical guitar shop sales associate, just an asshole, doesn't really whatever. But hey, it is what it is. But you went there and it was not.
I went there and I'm looking at guitars on. I'm like, oh, maybe they have a cool bass that I've never, one that I'm looking for. I want to grab her still on my radar. But they obviously didn't have that. They hardly had any basses.
Yeah.
And they hardly had any used basses. I was like, okay. But I saw on the wall a guitar that had a bunch of signatures on it. I'm like, the fuck? It looked like Les Paul, and I'm like, I walk over to it, and it said, signed by Taking Back Sunday. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like, but it's like, obviously, like, they signed right where your arm's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well. And I look, it's not a Les Paul. It's a Samick.
Yeah. So
it's a brand that I used to own guitar, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that was
you had to remind me. I'm like, is Samick a brand?
Yeah, I used to have one of those.
Yeah, I used
acoustic.
to have one. Oh.
We got rid of it.
Anyways, piece of shit. No.
That was fine.
It was actually okay guitar. It wasn't that
left-handed.
bad. Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
If you want to hear that story,
go back to the old episode.
So anyways, it was like, oh, Take Back Sunday. I don't want that. I think it was like $300, $400 for the guitar.
Yeah, I like the band, but it's not worth it for something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a collector. I don't have that mindset when it comes to collecting things.
Yeah.
And that's kind of usually what I think it is a collector. And there's people who do that. People collect pedals. People collect, it's like some people are really into I don't know. I'm not that mindset. I don't know. You guys could let us know. Are you guys into signature gear and actual artist-owned stuff? Actually, I have a quick story.
Oh, God damn it.
On that, I wanted to shoehorn this in. I wrote a little note so I don't forget. It's so dumb. So stupid. So, I've bought and sold gear before, and then I sold it to someone I think that we knew from a friend of a friend or whatever. They were in a band. They were starting up a metal band. So he had didn't have a cab, but he bought a 6505 PV head. And he needed a cab, and I was like, well, I'm selling one of my Mesa cabs, because at the time I had two. Fucking idiot. And so I sold him one, and 4x12. I had two 4x12s. So I sold him one, and then it really doesn't matter, but it was actually a 4x12 Marshall. Great. That adds to the story, Brian.
Thanks for the build-up.
So anyway, sold it to him, and then so I could get my Mesa cab. And then, cool, he ended up playing with it a little while and stuff like that. And then I noticed on that same cab on Craigslist, because, obviously, of course, you're going to search Craigslist and just look at stuff, because I'm like, that you don't need. Yeah. And I saw his ad wrote, was owned by Brian from Playing Without a Pilot. It was at the time when we were playing all ages shows, and we were, there was hundreds of kids coming out and stuff like that, which it was cool, but I'm like, nobody gives a fuck. Who gives a fuck?
This is why you have such a big ego.
Yeah,
you go back to this one moment.
Where somebody tried to sell a piece of gear, upsell with my name, and this is not even a brag, because it's so fucking stupid. I'm sure people would look up the band and be like, I don't give no fucks about this. Yeah. I want to give you less money. I want to give you less money because of this.
Is there an option where I can give you less?
You wasted money by making me find them on MySpace, you jackass. And it was videos of pop punk band. I'm like, I don't care. This doesn't and I think we have good tone, but nobody's gonna be like, yeah, that pop punk band from San Diego locally.
I want that same tone.
I want that same sound. It wasn't like we were famous at all. We've never been close to being famous, and it was just, I think we had notoriety, and so people have heard of the band, and maybe that was a thing. But that wouldn't, and I was like, I think he eventually sold it. 100% saying that is not because of my name. Brian Gower. It was a friend of a friend, so I didn't know him. I wasn't gonna call him out on it or anything. But I was like, "What the fuck is your problem, you stupid fuck?" Anyways, that was the story. You had anything else to add there?
No.
All right, so I have another quick one, and let's head out of here. Let's try and make it a shorter episode this time, or at least let's try and get it an hour-ish. So, a quick one. Bang, marry, kill. But I want to do Gibson. Man, this is just no. Like
there were parrots earlier. There's a dude like grinding concrete across the street with his weed whacker.
The kiddos across the street revving their fucking engines, and then the fucking planes. Whatever. We're gonna
dive bombing.
We're doing it live and whatever. This is like DIY guerrilla style podcasting, baby.
If you don't like it, you get the fuck out.
We don't have a studio like Joe Rogan or whatever.
Yeah.
So what about this?
What about DMT, bro? You like that shit?
Whoa.
I hate it. Just kidding. I love it.
Whoa. Anyways, so bang, marry, kill, Gibson.
Okay. Wait,
so,
just all Gibson.
Hold on. I want to do bang, marry, kill, Flying V, Explorer, and the Firebird.
It's all like their weird
like the non, conventional ones. Like not their, maybe not the first ones that come to mind.
So it was the
Flying V, the Explorer, and the Firebird.
Oh shit! The Firebird and the okay.
They're similar.
Yeah. There's a Thunderbird. That's the base.
That's the base.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to bang the Firebird.
Okay.
Marry the V, and kill the Explorer.
What? I'm gonna. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I think the Flying V is probably one of the coolest ones of the bunch. I think Flying V and Explorer are the cool factors of guitars. Like, they look badass and cool, but I just don't. It would be like ironic if I played them.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at. I do not care for Firebirds. We have a friend, Eric, plays one, and works for him. And it's cool, but I'm like, I don't know, something about it. I'm like, it's like angled enough and wacky enough that it's its own thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, I like the harder metal-ish look of the Explorer. So
okay.
I'm gonna kill the Firebird.
Okay.
And then I'm going to marry the Flying V.
Okay.
And then bang Explorer.
Okay.
So, pretty close. We both marry the Flying V. I think they're just cool. I think they look badass. It'd be cool to get one of those and throw, I don't know, make it like a single humbucker style and throw an Evertune in it. And then you play it and you're like, everybody like, what the fuck? There's local band Punch Card. He rocks like a total metal looking set up. I think he's got Flying V guitar and then a 5150 EVH head and an orange cab, and he just like sounds killer. And he has a wah. That's it. That's his setup. Wah, a tuner, and that's it. And I'm like, totally metalish, like 80s rock kind of setup. But if he plays pop punk, it's like they're going, and he's like, chugging along and doing like, the power chords. And I'm like, yeah, that totally works. And then Firebird is my least favorite. It's very
way
classic
they look.
rock to me. It's all right.
With the reverse headstock, I think they look pretty cool.
Yeah. And they have different tuners on them too.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually never even played one. So maybe if I played one, it would be...
Me neither.
Yeah, it would be pretty badass. Okay. Well,
I like that building one.
Which one?
The Firebird. Like getting a Firebird body and getting like a Strat neck.
Oh, okay.
Pocketed for a Strat neck and then do reverse on it.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Because they almost have a Strat neck on it anyways.
Kind of as a similar...
But they have like an angle cut at the very top.
6 in line at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of tight. Okay, another Gibson one. So this is, maybe we could have led off with this one first.
This is the Authentic BMK.
Yeah, the Authentic BMK. A Les Paul SG ES335. So those are kind of more of your...
Are these juniors or what?
They're the... no, just think of any Les Paul, any SG, any 335. Gibson.
All right, probably gonna marry... Okay, let me try. Bang the Les Paul, marry the SG, and kill the 335.
Why?
Because they're impossible to work on.
Because
you have to have little robot fingers to work on those things.
Have a contraption.
God.
I think a lot of people have like special tools to work on them. You're like, what the fuck? You had Ivan's here. You're like, God.
I felt so bad. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I can do it. I can do anything I set my mind to because that's what my mom told me.
But yeah, I mean, it was.
I was like, shit.
And I was like, oh fuck, yeah, you're gonna have trouble with that one because like you have to work through the F hole.
Well, don't worry, dude. I routed the back of it, so
because the 333s
they have
fixed that, and when they don't have them anymore,
diamond shape. Yeah.
Well, they have the cutout in the back like Les Paul, so you can actually open that up and then access all the wires and everything, and change the pickups and pots and shit like that. Super easy. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want that. I think it's like you're fucking up the back, I guess, or whatever.
The semi-hollow. Well, it's part of the sound chamber, which is it's all electronic anyway, so
I don't know. I mean, I
some vibration.
It maybe have something to do with that, or maybe just like the fact that it's nicer that it's one single piece.
Dude, you're gonna fuck up all the feedback I'm getting.
I was like, yeah,
let's right out the back.
Those are okay. So I think if I wasn't going to work on a guitar, which I'd never do, I would probably bang the 335 because I really want a hollow body. Or semi-hollow body or whatever, one of those bigger ones.
Yeah.
And then I would marry a Les Paul and kill the SG. And now we have people fucking like what?
Stapling. I don't know.
What, they hanging their Christmas fucking tree light? Yeah, this is going to be a noisy episode, but whatever. We're just getting on through
We've said that before, and you can't really hear it sometimes.
Yeah.
You do enough post
work. I'm not too bad in post. But anyway, I would kill the SG, even though I really like mine. I just think like your normal SG is like the neck dive. I like the thinner body. I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Although actually I am. My back is a fan of that. Les Pauls I think just look cooler.
Fuck my back.
There's a lot of different things here, but I would still marry a Les Paul because I just like the way they look. I think that's a rock and roll look, man. Yeah. And they sound cool. I like mine at least. And then, but I really want a 335 or a 333. Like, I want a hollow body is what I'm getting at here. And so I would bang one of those.
Oh, if it's a double cutaway, then flip in my
Oh, no.
SG.
If it's a double cutaway, Les Paul, kill it.
God, you're such
I fucking hate it. They look so lame. Like, fuck it. Spit at the double cutaway Les Pauls.
No, those are great. The Junior, man.
Oh, fine. More for you. All right. So that was it. It's kind of a quick episode. Let's get out of here. But before we go, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear,
thank you so much.
Thank you. If you like what you hear, you guys can follow along on social medias. We're on Facebook. We have a page that more people have been adding, but go to the group. Search Tone Jerks. We have a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Go to that. Join. It'd be a lot of fun in there. And then follow us along on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. And if you guys really like what you hear, you guys can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you guys double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And, just for helping support the show, we wanted to give you guys a huge shout out. A sizable acknowledgement.
Yeah, and I'm reading the names.
Kyle's got the names. Give it to me. Bye.
All right, so we have Brett Alexander, Stephen Conradi, Doug King, Andrew Walsh, Michael Newman, Adam Rohr from the Let 'Em Hear podcast, Bruce Banana, Colin Smith, Doug Gann, Aaron Taylor, Jason Fuzzmonger. Do I do that? I've done that before, kind of.
I think you did.
Well, I do it like the repeats.
Monger.
Yeah. Abe Newman, Jim Bowers, Doug Christ, Joseph from Like My Pedals, and Just Surprise Me podcast. And Will Leahy's also on that.
Yep.
And he's also a Patreon supporter.
Good job, Kyle.
Yeah. I'm getting in my own way here. I'm sorry.
Your fingers over the name.
Shit. Johnny Ray, Jamie Davis, Sean Fahey, Steve Mike, Digger from Fatfoot Effects, Alvaro Viramontes, Brian from Nutter Guitars. We got to get that guy on here sometime.
Yeah, I think we were trying to get him on, and then something
pipe bursts on his property and to fix it.
Technical difficulties. But we have to hit him back up.
He was washing his hair. I don't remember which one it was.
I think he was washing his hair that day.
Nicholas Payson, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop. I bought some stuff, so it's on the way.
Yeah. Let's do the what's new when you get him.
Yeah. Co Schneider from the Flippin' Flippers podcast. Kevin Equits from Equits Guitars. Leon from Pelican Noiseworks. Nicholas Ogburn and Matt Quine.
Hi, Matt. From the Fret Talk podcast. We got to get them on. We got to go on there. There's a lot of stuff we got to do. I don't know. We're bad at planning, folks.
Oh, I don't know. We have to deal with something called daylight.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they really call it.
What do they call it over there? Yeah, I don't know who's going to be ending this show music-wise. Maybe Colin Smith again, but also Brian Rash, our drummer, sent some of his instrumental music. So if you guys have music and you want to, we could open the show and close out the show with it, and you don't mind us playing and using it, send it over to thetonejerks@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So, bye.
Bye.